What's up? It's your boy KC. How y'all doing? Today is a special show. I actually have a guest on my show, and her name is.
Hello, I'm Jaymee, also known as Jfnoxus on YouTube.
Awesome channel that she has. She has a lot of Let's Plays, and I laugh at a lot of them. So tell me, how did you get started on Let's Plays? What made you start your channel?
I started my channel back in 2010, and I had no idea what to do with it. I just wanted to make a channel because I wanted to save videos of my favorites. And then I started to make silly videos.
Yeah, I saw that one video. I don't know what it was, but it was something with a Mario thing, and you had something in your hand, and then you put them together, and then this huge explosion. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, that's a Doctor Who thing, actually.
Yeah, I saw that. You was in it though.
Yeah, I was in it. I used to make videos where I was in it, and then I basically got bullied with it at school, and that made me kind of realize that I should watch out with what I put on the internet, and everyone could see it. So since then, I wasn't showing my face in videos anymore, and I didn't know what to do, because I didn't know of Let's Plays. But later on, I found out about SSOHKPC or something like that, and he did the Mario hack videos. I love those videos.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his videos. I've seen a lot of his stuff too. I watch his Mario hacks. I watched Alpha Omega Sin. I watch the Angry Video Game Nerd, because he was the one that got me into that.
Yeah, Angry Video Game Nerd is the one that actually taught me a lot about these older games, because I had no idea about like Atari 5200, for example.
Well, that was before my time. Like, that was like 1981. I was born in 86. So
I was born in 96.
Oh, you were youngin', huh?
Yeah, I'm younger than you.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with being into the older video games. What made me get into that, like, I was just sitting there one day. Like I said, I watched the Angry Video Game Nerd videos, Alpha Omega Sin, and I was like, you know what? It took me a while, but I had to actually just record myself with my phone. I couldn't do Let's Plays at that time because I didn't have a laptop yet. So I had to do it pretty much the getaway. So I just got behind the camera and just talked about whatever the hell I wanted to talk about.
All right.
But I've seen some of your Let's Plays. The Prince of Persia one is my favorite one. The Donkey Kong one was awesome because I love the music that they have in that game. It's just...
Yeah, they have amazing music, and in the newer Donkey Kong games, like Donkey Kong Country Returns, they have great music as well, and I liked what they did with the older songs.
It definitely looks good. I have a PS Vita. I had a 3DS first, but the problem I had with the 3DS is that besides playing Resident Evil, there was really nothing else that really interests me on that handheld. And I was like, it's awesome, but I'm like, when they came out with the bigger one, I was like, man, I gotta get that. So I got it back. I'm waiting for something decent to come out because I love Mario and I love Zelda, but I don't want to keep playing a Mario game every month that a new one comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just like Call of Duty. Same game, but a bit different.
I hate Call of Duty. I don't even care if people get mad at me for saying that. I can't stand it. I don't know if you've seen my video about first-person shooters.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I just bash every first-person shooter that comes out because they all look the same.
Yeah, they do, but some of them get it right. And what I mean, you get a little bit of fun with it, and it doesn't feel as repetitive as the others. But I've been playing Black Ops 2 lately, and I think it's alright, although the camera stuff is really messed up.
So it pretty much lags. That's what it does. And it's like the only thing about those games is that people only play it for the multiplayer. Like, nobody plays it for the single campaign.
Yeah, if you have a lightweight perk, then you can run super fast, and basically, you look, there's no one there, you turn around, and suddenly there's someone behind you shooting you. And you just looked that way.
That's true, and the thing that kind of gets me is that they pretty much force you to buy the next installation of that game. They force you by shutting down the servers.
Yeah, that's really messed up.
Yeah, so what's it called? You can't play multiplayer on the old one. You got to buy the new one, and they're charging you $60 for pretty much the same exact game.
Yeah, EA is very good at that. Yeah, but I think the companies know that as well, so they're like, oh yeah, we'll just throw a single-player campaign in there, and no one will look at it. Yeah, that's why I wait with buying those games, because I bought Black Ops 2 when it was half the price, and it's been out for like a year or two already? I think a year. I don't know, I'm not really following with it anymore.
That's true, and they already got another one coming out. And it's like, like I said, talking about Mario and Pokemon and stuff like that, I love that. Don't get the impression that I don't like it. It's just that, all Mario games start to run together after a while because it just looks the same to me. Like, I wish that Nintendo would bring another Metroid out because that was what got me into Nintendo. I love Metroid. I love that game.
But I heard another M wasn't that great though.
It sucked. It absolutely sucked. And the reason why it sucked for me is because of the control scheme.
Alright, I have never played it, so I have no idea.
Well, the gimmicky controls of the Wii is what ruined the game for me, because when you shoot missiles, when you shoot the missiles, you have to be in first person to do that. Like, it automatically switches to that. So now you're trying to aim this stupid controller at the screen, trying to aim at whatever you're trying to shoot with the, and I just didn't like that. Like, most of the game is a side scroller, but when you go to shoot missiles, you have to be in first person. So it didn't know what it's supposed to be doing. It would glitch a lot. And it was just, I just didn't like it. I stick with Fusion and Zero Mission.
Yeah, I played Metroid Fusion. I only had a bit of trouble with the last boss, like fighting against that Samus clone. That was really difficult in my opinion.
Yeah, she's evil, isn't she?
The game I have for Metroid on Wii is Prime 3 Corruption. And you have to hold the controller to the sensor bar as well. And often when I'm playing, it's like, oh, we can't notice you anymore. Where are you?
Yeah, I mean, this
Sony handheld is... No, I haven't played it, so I can't really say much about it, but I assume Nintendo's handhelds are way better than Sony's.
I don't know about that. I don't
Me neither,
know,
but that's my assumption.
My Vita, I love this. It's like playing a handheld PS3 for me because it has so many games. Like, when I talk about Sony and Microsoft, they have more of the adult quality games that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? The 3DS kind of caters. I'm not dissing it, but it kind of caters to the little kid market too much. I mean,
they should get more adult games out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they have Samurai Warriors, which is okay. It's like Dynasty Warriors, but they have the Resident Evil games, and that was the only reason why I bought it, because Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is on damn near every system, so it's even on the Vita, so what would I need to get it for the 3DS?
Yeah. The only game I play on my 3DS is Pokemon Y, because that's the only game I have.
Well, at least it's cool that they're still coming out with that stuff. Pokemon is still alive and well, just like Power Rangers. They don't seem to quit either.
Oh, I haven't heard any news on Power Rangers, though.
Oh, man. Right now, the original Green Ranger, Tommy, which is my favorite Green Ranger, they're bringing back a bunch of Rangers from the past into the next one, like from Rangers in Space, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Turbo, and they're also making a new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. I don't know how the hell they're going to do that because the original Yellow Ranger is dead.
Alright, I'm going to admit something to you. I have never very been interested in the Power Rangers.
That's fine.
As a kid, I never watched them on TV as a kid. I can't remember what I did watch. I watched Pokemon and some other stuff. Ever heard of Flint the Time Detective or something?
Flint died detective? No, I've never heard of that.
I don't know, he had some weird axe thing and he traveled in time, and that's basically all I remember of him.
So you wasn't a kid that watched TV too much?
Oh, I watched a lot of TV, just not Power Rangers.
Yeah, I was, I like Power Rangers, but I was more like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles type kid.
Oh yeah, I like those too.
We used to have for Halloween the costumes, Raphael and Leonardo, me and my brother. But anyways, you gotta tell me. I mean, it's a hard question for all gamers to answer, but what is your favorite video game of all time from any system?
That's not a hard question for me at all. My favorite game is Earthbound for the Super Nintendo.
Earthbound, oh man. You know what? I forgot about that too, because I had I still got all my games, but for Super Nintendo I had over 100 games. So it was like, I had games that I didn't even pay attention to, and a lot of them just kind of sucked. Like Double Dragon 5, I hated that game. Shadow Falls, it's like a fighting Double Dragon game, one-on-one fighting game, and it was horrible.
I'm really bad at fighting games.
Well, I haven't seen you play any, but I mean,
I have done Clay Fighters in my SNES time videos. It's a fighting game.
you're not really missing anything. Like Street Fighter 2 is the best. Mortal Kombat is the best. And then after that, all the fighting games suck. Like Clay Fighters, you actually play as Clay beating up each other.
No, right? So it.
And then you got balls, which I laugh at that every single time that I read that cover. I'm like, what were they thinking? You know, when you fight as characters made up of balls.
Well, who doesn't want to punch balls, right?
Yeah, well, that kind of hurts. I don't even want to think about that. But Shaq Fu, which is the most god-awful fighting game. Actually, Kazumi Ninja is the worst for Atari Jaguar.
I have played Shaq Fu. I wanted to do a SNES time episode on Shaq Fu, and I was trying to record it, but it was just going so bad. I was like, I can't do this in a video.
It's the most god-awful stuff I've ever seen in my life. The game just sucks. The controls are unresponsive, and then Shaq has the nerve to come out with a sequel.
I know, right? I was like, what?
And the funny thing is fans sent him money so that he could make this game, and I'm like, how much?
He has enough money.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it's fan. They donated money so that he can make this game, and I'm like, what? How much alcohol were they drinking when they did that night? Because Shaq Fu sucks. Who wants to make a sequel to a game that's horrible, like Home Alone?
The Home Alone 2 game was worse than the first one. I actually enjoyed the first one.
Actually, I thought the first one was worse. Because the music, God, that music really, when I was watching your Let's Play on that music was killing me.
The music was worse, but it was more fun for me to play than the second one for some reason.
Yeah, well, I had to turn that junk down after hearing that. The worst video game you have ever played ever. Which one is that?
That's really difficult. I have no idea.
Yeah, because there are some horrible ones. I mean, there are some really bad games like Pit Fighter.
Yeah.
That was a garbage game.
I played Bart's Nightmare.
Horrible game.
It looks like an NES game though, even though it's Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't quite I got to Super Nintendo with NBA Jam, and I also did Batman and Robin, the animated series. I did that, but other than that, all my other Let's Plays are Nintendo because they're easier to record for some reason. Like when it comes to recording stuff, I just use what's on my laptop. I don't know what program to use for Sega Genesis and Game Boy Advance and stuff like that. I haven't figured that out yet.
I use Visual Boy for Game Boy Advance, and it works with Fraps, so that's good. I use Fraps for recording. I used to use Bandicam, but I got this annoying watermark thing, and I don't want that. Otherwise, you have to buy the full version, blah blah. And I have about 7 emulators on my computer, and I just look on Google if they're compatible with Fraps, or I try it out. And that's basically how I do it.
Yeah, because I've been wanting to do some Sega stuff like X-Men, Clone Wars, and Ultra Beast. You know, I've been wanting to do that. Hell, even Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, I'll do that too.
Oh, that's a nice one too.
that jump was a novelty game, but it was awesome.
I think Fusion, the emulator for Sega Genesis games, is a good emulator. I'm not sure if it has its own recording thing built in, but no.
No, it doesn't. Because I have Fusion, and that's the problem. I was trying to figure out what I could do to get that, so I'm just going to have to download Fraps.
Because the other one I have is called Gems, but I don't really like it that much.
Yeah, it's not really that good. Are you a Genesis kid? Do you like games like Sonic and stuff like that too?
I would say I'm neither. Because I grew up with both. I used to play a lot of Sonic and Road Rash on the Sega Genesis, and I played a lot of Mario on Super Nintendo, so basically both.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I played all systems. Like, I played every single system that I could think of except for the TurboGrafx 16 because and the Neo Geo, because the Neo Geo is too damn expensive. It was expensive back then. The cartridges
Did you
are
play the Atari Jaguar? Did it work?
Yeah, and it sucks. It sucks. Like, I had the Atari Jaguar itself, but the CD
the whole
does not
system
work.
is broken.
Yeah, and it's garbage. Like, there's not that many good games for it. Like, yeah, you got Doom, which was pretty good. I'm not really a first-person type guy, first-person shooter type dude. But it worked for what it was supposed to do. It's just that the CD thing didn't work. And I don't know if you saw it, but but James
Yeah,
Rolfe,
I
the
saw
angry
it.
video game nerd, he actually did get a video where he actually got a Atari Jaguar CD that actually works, and he was sitting there with his friend Mike playing the actual game. So I was watching that. I was like, funny. He
Like
actually
one
found
in a
one that
million that
works.
works.
Yeah, that is true.
I would say my favorite system is either the Super Nintendo or the Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Game Boy Advance, and not to mention them having that attachment. That's why I love the GameCube so much, is because they had the attachment that you put up under the GameCube, which allows you to play Game Boy Advance.
I never had a GameCube though. I had the first Game Boy Advance, and a really disadvantage with it is that we were on holiday, and you're sitting in the car playing a game. You can't really pause it, and then there's a tunnel, and you can't see anything on the screen.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. I used to hate playing Mortal Kombat like when I was a kid, because my father would always call me all the time, and I couldn't pause, and I would always get my ass whooped. I would get all the way up, and my father was the type of person that when he wanted you to do something, he would send you to do it. I would get killed, and then I wouldn't be able to push continue because I'd be gone too long, and I'd come back and I have to start all over again. Just like with Mike
Yeah.
Tyson's Punch Out. But I like your channel. I like a lot of stuff on there. I think you should do a podcast of your own.
Yeah, maybe I should.
these
I've been
days.
thinking of doing stuff like that, and my biggest problem is I'm not really good with talking. You might not think that, but I'm not great with talking, so I would have no idea what to talk about really in every episode.
Well, when you do podcasts, what I do is I always sit down and I take notes, and I write down things what I'm gonna talk about, except for this one, because I'm just shooting. You know what I'm saying? But every podcast that I do, I write down everything that I'm gonna talk about, so that I can just get right into it. That's the best way to do it. And I usually just have my notes sitting in front of me when I'm talking into the mic. I'm like, okay, I'm talking about, like the last episode when I was talking about Nintendo having a bad year. I mean, they're having a terrible year.
Yeah, with the Wii U and stuff.
The Wii U, you know how much money they lost because of that?
A lot.
Yeah, I said it in my last podcast. I don't remember the number, but I think it was like $4.56 million just for that system.
They could have donated that to me instead of making the Wii U.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could retire. You could retire off of that. You won't even have to work.
If I got that much money, I would buy a really good computer, a really good microphone, equipment, and everything just to invest in my channel, basically.
The hell? If I had that kind of money, I would buy my own studio. Just go and buy a radio station, because that's what I want to do. Is I want to have my own radio show one of these days, where I can just go on there and talk about whatever the hell I want. Because my channel is a mixture of reality, anime, video games, wrestling, stuff like that. I always try to do something that somebody can relate to. That's the hardest part, though, because when you do a podcast show that has all that stuff in it, it's kind of hard to figure out what groups you want to put that video in, because some of them only want to hear the video game portion, some of them only want to hear the anime part, some of them only want to hear wrestling. Some of them...
There should be like a category in YouTube videos just for podcasts.
Yeah, well, TV Tracks, what they do is, I don't know if you know about them. They pretty much do like the Solid Monster and Don Tony Kevin Castle. That's a wrestling thing. What they do is they break his show up into pieces to where they have specific things to talk about. Like if somebody was looking for Triple H, they will find what he was talking about when it comes to Triple H, or if he was talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I was thinking about doing that, but it just takes so much time to do a show that it takes me literally 4.5 hours just to get the thing up there, because I have to record it, then I have to find the pictures and videos of what I'm talking about so people can know what I'm talking about, clean up my audio and stuff, and then it's just, all right, now I'm ready to upload. And it's a time-consuming process.
Yeah, my video that takes the most time of work is the Pokemon videos. because of the random battles and stuff you have to cut out.
That is true. And see the problem with that, like the reason why I do videos as long as I do is because I want to give people a chance to actually see the game, and I haven't done a Metroid game because Metroid games take very, very long to do. Like it takes a long time for me to go through Super Metroid. I know it like the back of my hand, but when you're recording it, you have to I try not to go over 25 minutes in each video, but it just takes a long time to do that. It's very time consuming. Like if I was playing Pokemon, it would just take forever. But have you ever...
I record just for 25 minutes, and then I see what it ends up like with the time, I mean.
That is true. I watched some of your Pokemon stuff, and I wonder, I'm like, why doesn't she just play through a whole entire game? Like Chrono Trigger, you did play that, right?
I started playing it on my DS, and I didn't have much time to continue.
Yeah, I would like to see that, because I enjoyed that much. I enjoyed your Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania 4 video. I enjoyed that. That has to be, out of all of them, that has to be my favorite. And I was like, I wish that she would play through the whole entire game. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I really like that game as well. It really sounds great. The thing is, I have never finished a single Castlevania game. I wasn't really that interested in Castlevania games, but what I do really like about those games is the music.
It's awesome.
Because those games have some really good music.
Yeah, it's awesome. For me, it's just like when it comes to Final Fantasy, I only beat 2 in my entire life. I beat Final Fantasy 8, which is 4 this long. I beat it one time and I never played it again. It just sits there in my game collection of PlayStation games. And I also beat Tactics for the PSP. That was the only 2 that I've ever beat. I've never beat any Castlevanias ever. And I was like, because it's too damn hard.
Yeah, they're really difficult, especially
Dracula.
The second one on the NES.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you talking about Simon's Quest?
Yep, I'm talking about Simon's Quest.
Simon's Quest, you know what? I don't know why people give that one too much hell. I actually kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a non-linear type game. Like you can just go through a game and have an adventure. You don't have to just go from level to level to level. You can just wander around and talk to people. It could have been done better, but it was still not as bad as a lot of people make it sound.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Superman 64, I believe.
Oh God, don't mention that game.
That's such a bad game.
Oh my God, Superman 64. You know what? I have that game right there.
Why do you have it? Why isn't it burned yet?
Because I was a dumb little kid. That's why.
So you spent your entire childhood flying through rings.
Yeah, it sucked. What's it called? My cousin gave that to me because he hated it, and that's how my cousins are. They always torture me like that. But he gave it to me, and I just played it. And as a kid, I didn't care. It was Superman. He's one of my favorite superheroes, next to Batman. But I'm just sitting there,
Batman's awesome,
flying through rings, picking up cars. As the angry video game nerd says, he's right. You fly through rings and pick up cars. The combat absolutely sucks. It's like slow motion type stuff.
There's even combat in that game.
Yeah, you get to a point to where you fight. I did beat the game. You get to a point where you fight guys like Darkseid and that guy. I keep forgetting what that guy's name was. That guy.
Darkseid.
Yeah, Parasite.
Are you only talking about Star Wars?
Yeah, I said Darkseid, and then Parasite is in that game too. I fight him too. You fight a whole bunch of. It's just the game just sucks. It sucks. That's all I could say. It sucks like Batman Forever for Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that one's annoying too. It does have some nice music though, Batman Forever.
Yeah, but it plays just like Mortal Kombat.
It plays really bad.
What was they thinking? Why did they think that would be a good idea to do that?
Because it probably would give them a lot of money because it's Batman.
Yeah, it failed miserably. Yep. It's just not something I would think about doing. Like Mortal Kombat should be Mortal Kombat. Batman should be Batman, and my favorite Batman game is always going to be the original Batman for Nintendo.
I used to play Spider-Man on the Sega Genesis.
The Spider-Man games, I don't know why, but honestly, Batman is the only hero that actually has good games. Like, he has bad ones, but he has more good games than any other superhero ever, and I never knew why. Like, Fantastic Four game sucks. The Deadpool game is garbage. A lot of Spider-Man games suck. All Superman games suck. Every single one of them sucks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the deal? Like, the only one that actually had a good game was Wolverine. I mean, he had a good game for the PS2 and PS3. I like that, but I don't know what the deal is. So what's new? What's new for your channel? What you got coming up now?
When I'm done with Mother 3 and Pokemon, I might be doing Donkey Kong Country or Clock Tower.
Clock Tower. I would definitely like to see that. I would like to get that get it up there so I can see that, and I hope it goes beyond 10 minutes, because you just get into it and then it's like, I gotta go, and I'm like, no, I want to see some more. But that Prince of Persia joint, man, I thought I was gonna die after that. I was like, man, all the falling down into the holes and stuff.
It's like, why do you make such long runs? Stop at the edge.
I mean, that's where they got the original platforming thing from, Prince of Persia and what's that other game that they had? I can never think of that game, but it's a platformer just like Prince of Persia. It actually came out before it. It'll come to me, but another game I want you to play. I want you to play Aladdin for Super Nintendo, because that's an awesome game.
All right, I'll play that.
Because I think you'll enjoy Aladdin, because it's a great game. And are you a Disney fan?
Well, I like Finding Nemo.
Well, I mean, are you a Disney fan, like the old school stuff? Like, when I was a kid, I was watching stuff like Darkwing Duck and Tailspin and DuckTales and
DuckTales.
Gargoyles and stuff. Now, I mean, everything just sucks compared to when I was a kid.
Yeah, the TV programs are really silly. I barely watch TV anymore. The only things I watch are like Storage Wars and Pawn Shop.
Yeah, like everything, like the Disney Channel is just full of really bad comedy shows, just one after another after another.
I think that's called Disney XD here. I'm not completely sure what it's called over there, but
same thing.
Yeah, it used to be Fox Kids, then they changed it to Jetix, and then they changed it to Disney XD. And when they changed it to Disney XD, it went down the drain, basically.
Yeah, that is true, because you got rid of a lot of shows that was on there. Like where I'm at, we got stuff like Toonami, where we used to have, we used to have Sailor Moon, which, I'll hit anybody in the face that laughs at me for saying I like that show, but I do. Sailor Moon was awesome. Then you had Reboot, and you had Dragon Ball Z, which is my all-time favorite anime of all time.
Stuff never came on TV.
Well, it was over here. Like Toonami was like in the early 2000s. Like when I used to watch that, and then we had, when I was growing up, Batman the Animated Series, Superman. You had Bobby's World, The Tick. The Critic.
We had Bobby's World.
Yeah, what happened to that stuff? Now, what do we have now? We got SpongeBob SquarePants.
We got Dog with a Blog. Wow.
Yeah, you know what? SpongeBob SquarePants is Pee Wee Herman in my generation. Pee Wee Herman, we already had him. I mean, come on. SpongeBob is a cartoon version of Pee Wee Herman. I don't care what nobody says. The goofy attitudes, the feminine way that he acts and everything, but at least Pee Wee Herman had a girlfriend at least. I mean,
well, SpongeBob has a snail and a retarded friend.
Yeah, but SpongeBob fell in love with a damn sandwich.
Yeah, he did.
It's like, come on, man, And then you go from, like I said, Darkwing Duck was awesome. Goof Troop and all that stuff that I used to watch. And I used to get up.
Wait, Goof Troops actually had a TV series?
Yeah.
Well, wow, I used to play that game.
Yeah, Goof Troop was an actual cartoon that used to come on. Me and my brother used to come home after school, and we used to watch the Disney lineup, which used to start with Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Goof Troop, and Aladdin. Aladdin had movies, and it also had a TV series, which was awesome too.
Right, that's awesome. I never knew about that.
Yeah, the Goof Troop was great. I loved it. Like, we had everything on VHS. We had DuckTales and all that stuff, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and just so.
I have Pokemon and Tintin on VHS.
See, Pokemon, I like the very first season. Like, I still have it on VHS. I like the very first one, like how Ash he meets Misty and Brock, and he goes through all the gems and stuff. But after that, you know what I'm saying? After that, I just kind of, when Misty left and when Brock left, I was like, man, this kind of sucks. Because I was like, that's what I grew up on. Like when I was a kid, when you got to the part to where when Charmander evolved, that's when they cut it off for me. Because they didn't have the episodes up, the newer ones up yet, so it would always start over after that
like
episode.
that, yeah. They repeated it a lot. That's why I didn't like to watch it on TV anymore, really. That's why I watch everything online today.
That is true. Do you like stuff like Dragon Ball Z?
No, I never really liked Dragon Ball Z, although I do have a game for it on the Wii, which I did.
How can you not like Dragon Ball Z? Was just awesome. It was everything an anime needed to be. Fighting, comedy.
I have no idea. I might watch it when I have some time.
It might be the fact that it came out before you was even born.
Yeah, and it was never on TV here, so I don't know why it was never on TV here. I might be wrong, but I have no idea.
Dragon Ball Z came out in 1989.
89.
That's when it first came out, and the first Dragon Ball was, I believe it was 83. I like it, I advise you to watch it because it's awesome. Join the phenomenon.
All right, I will watch it.
What current systems do you have now from the current generation? Do you have a PS4? Do you have an Xbox One? Do you have a 360? A PS3?
I have a 360.
So you into the Microsoft thing, huh?
Yeah, I like the controller of the Xbox because my dad has a PS3, and I played it a few times, and I don't really like the controller. It doesn't feel nice in my hands, and when I grabbed the Xbox, I was like, yes, this feels good.
The Xbox controller looks kind of discombobulated to me. I don't know why. Just the analog stick is not where, I'm used to PlayStation. That's all I ever played. I played the original PlayStation, the PS2, which I still have right there. The PS3 is which I have. I'm waiting on the PS4 because it doesn't have anything that I want yet.
Yeah, the next gen consoles need to get some good games.
The Xbox One, I mean, God, you know what I'm saying? Did you hear the restrictions that they try to have before they was gonna bring that system out?
Yeah, and they're selling it without Kinect now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying before they changed it, they had so many restrictions that I'm like, you expect people to buy that? Like, people just said, we gonna get the PS4 because they had it set up like, this is what these idiots was gonna do. They was gonna have it to where you have to be online all the time. If you go to another friend's house and you play on your account over there, you can only play for 1 hour, and then the system cuts off. They had it to where the system was not going to be able to play used games. So if you bought a brand new game and you let your friend play it before you, that it would only be registered on their system, you wouldn't be able to use it. Yes, it's really stupid, but
I like used games.
Yeah, because they're cheaper.
Yeah, we have this store called Game Mania, and they have these huge racks of used games, and I often go look for games that I haven't played yet, and you can buy them for like 10 euros. And a new game costs 60 euros.
Over here, we got GameStop, which is the biggest bunch of con artists I've ever seen. Because you can bring in like 100 games and they give you like $5 for it.
Yeah, I saw the pictures on the internet about that.
And I was like, wow. The used game market is even Walmart. I don't know if you guys have one over there.
No, we don't have Walmart.
But Walmart is kind of like, like the convenience store that people go to. They actually have used games now, and I'm like, that's awesome, like where you could trade your games and get gift cards from them.
Alright, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, you get gift cards that you can use for anything. Like if you wanted, give me a Starbucks one. They give you a Starbucks one and you go get some coffee or something. But it's pretty cool though. Anyways though, so you got the Xbox 360. Are you going to get a new one? Like, are you going to get like a newer system soon?
No, I'm not going to get a newer system. I mean, my 360 still works, and there are still coming games out for it, and I still haven't played all the games yet that I want to play on it. So I'm not going to buy a new console.
Well, how long do you think they're going to keep making games for the PS3 and Xbox? Pretty soon they're gonna slow down, and then they're just gonna stop.
Yeah, they're gonna stop doing that to get everyone to the newer consoles. But I don't know, if I was to get a new console, I would get a PS4.
Bingo, that's what I'm talking about. Cause And with the play, did you hear about the PlayStation Now service?
No, I haven't heard about that. The only thing I know about the PlayStation services are that you can get PlayStation Plus or something, and I don't know what that does.
PlayStation Plus is the equivalent of pretty much the membership that you get for Xbox, where they, the PlayStation Plus is pretty much they give you free games, free games out there. They'll give you discounts on a lot of games that other people will have to pay full price for.
Right, that's pretty cool.
But the PlayStation Now service is a streaming service which will allow you to play all PlayStation games from all PlayStation consoles on each individual system. Like you can play PS4 games on PS Vita or PS2 games on the PS Vita. You could play PS3 games on the PS4. It just, you could cycle it through like original PlayStation if you want to play that, PS2, PS3, PS4, PSP, PS Vita on any console you want, even some of the mobile devices and tablets.
Alright, look, Sony gets it, Microsoft doesn't.
Because Microsoft is too busy trying to get money. They're not doing what the fans want, but that's the problem with a lot of, even game developers. Like, how many game developers are sitting on so many gaming franchises that they haven't done a damn thing with in years? And people are like, hey, we want to see a new, for instance, like Darkstalkers. I don't know if you heard of that.
No, I haven't heard of that one.
It's from Capcom. It's a fighting game.
Alright, you see, that's why I haven't heard of it. I'm not into fighting games.
You that bad at fighting games?
I'm really bad at fighting games.
You can't get into Mortal Kombat?
No, I do like that Mortal Kombat has the finish moves and all that cool stuff.
All the Mortal Kombats have that. I
Yeah.
mean, they all got... My father didn't even want me to play that game. He's like, you're not going to play that. Yeah, but what's the fun? What's the fun in that? Well, all the censorship finishing moves and
Well,
stuff.
you can turn the blood off. Well, you need to put in a code to play.
But it's just, I don't know what the deal is on all of that. I mean, you got Capcom, they got Breath of Fire. When was the last time you seen a Mega Man game?
I have no idea.
It's been over 10 years because it got so bad to the point where the guy that created Mega Man had to go and remake his own game. He left Capcom, started his own thing, and remade Mega Man himself because it didn't look like Capcom was going to do anything with Mega Man or Breath of Fire or Onimusha. Have you ever heard of that? You got to play that. Onimusha is not a fighting game. It's not a one-on-one fighting game. You are a guy, Samanosuke or Yagyu Jubei. You go through. It's like, picture Resident Evil, only you're a samurai instead. You got a sword where you slash up demons and stuff, and you get all kinds of powers and stuff. It's awesome.
Right, that sounds pretty cool actually, but there are the Mega Man Battle Network series though.
Yeah, there are that, but they haven't made a new one in over 10 years. Like, they had concepts. They canceled 4 Mega Man games. You know that, right?
I didn't know that, but that's really silly.
They would go through and they would halfway develop these games, and then some way through they would just cancel it. They had Maverick Hunter, which was a first-person shooter Mega Man. It was made by the key people who made Metroid Prime. And they was working, the people that made Metroid Prime, and Capcom was developing a Mega Man game. They canceled it. They had Mega Man Legends 3, which they was trying to come out with, that had the fans' input. The fans would put their ideas and they would actually put it into that game. Canceled it. And then they said it was the fans' fault why it was canceled.
It's never the fans' fault.
Yeah,
The company itself cancels it, so therefore the company's fault that it has been cancelled.
Yeah, well,
simple logic.
Well, they blamed us saying that we didn't have enough input and stuff like that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh, I don't believe that.
People were buying a 3DS just to play that game.
I like the 3DS, although we talked about that. It was supposed to be for the 3DS. That game, Mega Man. Right? Isn't there a Japanese new Mega Man game?
There's that I think it's called Project X. I think it is. Or are you talking about the new one that's coming out? It's not Mega Man, but it's Mighty Number 9.
No, I never heard of that.
Mighty Number 9 is the remake. The guy that made Mega Man remade his own game, and it's called Mighty Number 9, and it's awesome.
All right. It's for 3DS.
Yeah.
Alright.
You're gonna have to check that joint out. Like I said, check out her channel. Make sure y'all go and check out all the cool stuff and watch her fail in Prince of Persia. 'Cause I'm sorry, but that is really funny. I am sorry.
I kept falling off of stuff.
Yeah, you know what? That's the way it was when I first played.
Yeah, but I mean, in that second game, the building what you have to jump on looks like the background. So, yeah, how are you supposed to know where you're supposed to jump on
Well,
that?
naturally, you know, the PlayStation 2 Prince of Persia's actually got much, much better. I don't know if you played those.
No, I never played PlayStation 1 or 2.
Well, you're missing out on a lot because they got 3 Prince of Persia games. They got Sands of Time, Warrior Within, and 2 Thrones. And those involve time travel. Like, you go back and forth. You know, in the second one, you go between the past and present, trying to prevent. He's trying to prevent his fate. Like, he's trying to keep himself from dying. He's being chased by the Guardian of Time, because the Guardian of Time is trying to make sure that he dies. So,
That's a very nice person.
and he has like all kinds of time powers. Like, if you die, you can rewind time and bring yourself back to life. A lot of platforming. I advise you to check it out. Also, you need to check out the Tomb Raider series too, because I could definitely see you playing something like that.
Are you suggesting a new game for my channel?
Well, I don't think you don't have a PS2, so you can't do that. But I'm just telling you to play it. You know what I'm saying? Because those are some really, really good games.
Alright, there is a newer Tomb Raider though. What do you think about that?
You know, the thing about the new games these days is that they're just too easy. I beat that game. I went out and I bought it. I remember I pre-ordered it at GameStop. I beat that game in a day and a half, and then there was nothing else for me to do after that.
Oh well, yeah, I agree.
Because the problem with that game is that there's no replay value. They didn't have nothing to unlock. They didn't have anything. There was no new game plus. Like, all the stuff that you get through the game, that's just it. When you start over, you just start off with nothing.
Oh wow. But yeah, I do agree, because games these days tend to take you by the hand and like, oh look, you have to go there and do that.
Yeah, like that Super Mario Brothers game, the one that they had where if they have a Tanuki suit, the white Tanuki suit. I'm like, why? You know, where it actually beats the level for you. I'm like, well, why the hell am I playing it then?
Just to say that.
You know, $40 for that? I mean, of course you're gonna beat that game if they have a suit that beats the game for you.
Yeah. There should still be a bit of exploring and difficulty involved, in my opinion.
Definitely. I bet you're looking forward to the well, actually no, because you don't like Super Smash Brothers. I don't think you would, because it's
No, I have never played Super Smash Bros.
I don't think you would like it. It's a fighting game with Nintendo characters.
Yeah, I just saw the trailer for it.
Yeah, I mean,
with where they added Charizard. No, they didn't add Charizard. They added Greninja. And well, yeah, they did.
Yeah, you play as you know, you get to fight. You got Sonic in there. You got Mario. You got Samus from Metroid. You even got that Wii Fit chick that's in there. I'm like,
the yoga person.
Yeah, you also have Little Mac from Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and it's a fighting game, you know, and it's like not a bad concept, you know. I mean, not a bad.
I played it once.
Did you? What'd you think about it?
It seemed like fun, but the other guy I was playing against was way better than me.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing I hate. I can't stand show-offs.
Yeah. I mean, some people just mash a button and then you can't do anything about it anymore.
But that's how easy video games are these days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, playing Batman NES is a simple control scheme. It's just hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to beat that game for damn near, 25 years now? And I still can't beat it.
That's a long time.
I can't beat that game. I can't beat Double Dragon 3 because you only get one life. No matter where you are in the game, if you die, you go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah, you could use save states, but that's a bit cheating.
Nah, I don't know if you noticed that, but I don't use save states in my stuff.
Right, I only use it when I have to save my game, because with my Mother 3 Let's Plays, the emulator doesn't let me save on the game normally, so I have to use save states.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's the one thing that I don't like about a lot of these guys that Let's Play. Like, even Resident Evil, the one for PlayStation, this guy just kept rewinding it, just kept going back and back because he kept dying at the same spot. After the 25th time, it just kind of gets, like, really redundant. And I'm like, come on, man,
Yeah, if I kept dying at the same spot, I'll just cut it out and go to the bit where I did get past it, and then the video can continue. To put it
Yeah, like SSOPKC. I like his stuff, but good God, does he overuse the save states?
Yeah, he uses them a lot.
He'll lose a mushroom and then rewind it. Lose a mushroom. Then I'm like, yo, just go through the game. Just go
Like,
through
who cares
it.
about the mushroom?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you'll get another one. There's at least thousands of mushrooms and power-ups. I just, I can't get into that. And another thing that burns me up is when people who do play fighting games, they have to play it on easy. I'm like, what a bunch of wusses playing. Who plays Mortal Kombat on easy?
I would.
Well, yeah, because you don't play.
I'm bad at them.
You don't play fighting games, so I can understand that. But I don't like to see games played on easy. That jump burns me up because I'm like, that's a cakewalk. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, if I did a let's play a game where you can select a difficulty, I would just pick the middle one.
Yeah, like for me, I always pick the hardest difficulty. And my cousin thinks I'm a crazy guy for that. Like when I first played Metal Gear Solid 2, I put that junk on extreme. Never played the game before, but I just put it on extreme. He's like, man, you crazy, man. He's like, what's wrong with you? He's like, you never even played the game. And yeah, I got my ass handed to me a lot in that game, but I beat it on extreme.
Well, it puts a bit more challenge to it.
Yeah, it took me 3 weeks to do it, but I did beat it.
This is a bigger satisfaction when you finally beat it.
Now, let me ask you this one more thing before we cut out here. Is there anything that you see in video games these days, or just watching Let's Plays that really irritates you?
Do you mean just in Let's Play videos or specifically in games?
You can say both. You can talk about both.
Alright, what really irritates me about people who Let's Play games is when they say really, really often. And it takes them really long to get something to say that they want to say. So, in the beginning of the video, they start about something and they go like, and at the end of the video, you finally get to hear what they wanted to say. It's really annoying.
That is true. See, that's why I do mine. I pre-record my stuff because when I play live, if I play live, I'm trying to concentrate on the game. I'm trying to play the game itself first, because when I'm playing video games, when I get serious, I don't talk like it.
Yeah, me neither. I do try to talk, but it doesn't always work out. But it's really difficult not to say that often.
Because you're not thinking too much about, like in see, here I am doing it again. My bad. Here I go again. In Mortal Kombat 2, when I was playing that, I purposely did not do commentary for that video because it would just be nothing but cursing because I got beat so badly in that game.
That could be like funny for the first few minutes, but after a while it would get really annoying.
Like what I like the angry video game nerd, but he kind of goes overboard with the cursing. I
like it though, because he goes a bit creative with it.
Yeah.
For some parts.
Yeah, but after a while, you can only hear so many shit jokes. After a while, it kind of gets annoying.
It never really bothered me that much with him, but.
Oh, this part of his character.
Yeah.
But I love the Spider-Man one. The Spider-Man one is my favorite one, where he has Spider-Man come in and watch him play the video game.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man goes to play the game.
And he gets so pissed off. He's like, calm down, have a Rolling Rock. He's like, I don't want this corporate bullshit. I was like, awesome stuff. And you also have to talk about the current generation. What is it that irritates you about the current generation of gaming?
Online multiplayer.
You don't like online multiplayer?
I do like online multiplayer, but the servers aren't always that great, and I don't like the people that are on there mostly. For example, if you're playing Call of Duty multiplayer, there's probably just someone sitting in the corner the entire match waiting for you to walk by. I mean, yeah, rocket launches. I mean, did you buy the game just to sit in that one corner? Why didn't you just buy that one corner?
That is true. And it's like, for me, like I'm playing Tokiden, which if you had a PS Vita, I would tell you to play that because you create your own character. You can level up, get all kinds of armor, all kinds of weapons and stuff. But
is it PS Vita exclusive?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
I mean, the 3DS has Monster Hunter, which is pretty much, this game is pretty much a combination of Monster Hunter and Ragnarok Odyssey and Fantasy Star Portable. But the thing that gets me about that is when you first start the video game, like you're on a certain level, like say you're level 3. Some show off always has to show up that's like level 100, and you
Yeah, and then they come around and annoy you.
yeah, you just trying to beat the mission, and it's like, oh look at my weapons, look at my armor. I could beat that in one slash. I'm like, I don't give a damn. I'm just starting.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's the one thing. Also, the games are just, like I said, it's just too damn easy. Too easy.
Yeah.
You know, Uncharted was great, but
I haven't played that one yet.
Uncharted is awesome. Uncharted is I mean, if you're gonna play it, play the first one first. You will.
Of course.
You will have a lot of fun playing that game. Tomb Raider games, pick up the Tomb Raider trilogy. It's for, I think they have it for Xbox 360 also.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
They have Tomb Raider Legends, which is my favorite. They have the remake of the very first one for PlayStation. Then they have Underworld. So if you get a chance to... Also, you know what? I forgot to say that they also have... I don't know if they have the Prince of Persia trilogy for Xbox 360, but I know they got it for PS3, where they actually have all 3 of the PS2 games in one.
So you want me to play that and fall off of things again?
Play the game, but at least in this one, they give you to where you can rewind time to save yourself.
Right, that's nice. Well, if it's for Xbox, then I might be able to do a Let's Play on it, because I'm getting a capture card for that around July.
I'm trying to get one myself so that I can do some PS3 stuff, and I'm trying to find one that's actually good. Like, I don't want to get one that's just standard. I want something that'll, kind of make the resolution better, put it in HD.
Right, I heard that the Elgato and the HD PVR 2 are the best ones that you can get. But there might be some newer ones, or
I'm gonna have to check it out. And I was thinking a long time of which game I want you and I to play together, and I found the perfect one.
Is Prince of Persia?
No, because that's not
Alright.
a co-op game. I wouldn't put you through that again. If I was gonna be mean, I'd tell you to play Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
I have played that, I think.
Yeah, but you've never gotten to the World Circuit and had to deal with Mr. Sandman.
No, I lost at the Garage, or whatever his name was.
I want to play Return of Double Dragon.
We could do that.
We just go through just 2 guys just beating the shit out of people till the end of the game.
Yeah, that's a good concept.
Or, because if I was going to play games like that with you, I would play games like, like that game, Final Fight, even Power Rangers, just to make you angry. I would play games like, they even have Sailor Moon games, where you just go down the street beating the shit out of people.
Alright, I really like RPGs as well, but I don't really think RPGs are that cool.
RPGs, I love Chrono Trigger. I like Breath of Fire. I like the Final Fantasy stuff that they have for Super Nintendo. I love that stuff. It's just that it just takes so long to...
Yeah, it takes really long.
By the time the introduction is over, because they have the long cutscenes and stuff, by the time you get that, it's like 10 minutes. Your 10 minutes is up. So you're like, oh, I'll check you out later. Like, you didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's why I make my episodes about 20 minutes, so I can get stuff done. Because if my episodes were only about 10 minutes, I would feel like I'm not getting anything done.
Definitely. I'm gonna have to figure out how we can play together, because I don't know, I don't know which emulator would actually allow you to connect to the internet.
I don't know, I think
I think
SNES or SNES X9 had some internet stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think ZS NES allows you to play. The only thing that gets on my nerves about the Super Nintendo stuff is that it lags. Like, when I'm playing a game, it will lag really, really badly. Like, just playing, when I played Mortal Kombat 2, it lagged beyond belief. I don't know how to stop that from happening.
For me, it doesn't really lag at all.
How do you get it to do that? Like, how do you get it to not to lag like that? Because I have a good laptop. I have a laptop that's 600 gigabytes on it. It's a Beats laptop, HP laptop.
I think your laptop is better than mine. I have an HP ProBook, and it's basically for business stuff. It's not a gaming laptop.
Yeah, mine is pretty much for music.
I use Fraps, and I set it to 30 FPS. Because if I go to 60 or 50, it's gonna lag and do all that stuff.
Alright, so 30 frames?
Yeah, 30 frames.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to get Fraps. Anyways, though, we're way over the time limit. Thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for inviting me to your show.
And I hope you come back again when you're frustrated at me for playing Prince of Persia on PS2 or whatever system you're going to get it for. Xbox, because you know it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Prince of Persia, right? Best game ever.
I wouldn't say it's the best, but it is a great game. My favorite.
That's funny. I said it very sarcastically.
Yeah, for me, like, my favorite game is always going to be Metal Gear Solid. Alright, I will check out your next video. Make sure y'all check out our channel. This is your boy KC with
Jfnoxus.
I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.